I have two vintage rocking horse Christmas ornaments that were given to me by a friend, and they are in great need of a makeover. This one was completely broken, and I had to hot glue the horse back to the rocker part. There's red paint splatters all over different areas of the horse. This one has a giant gap between its leg and its body, and they just look a little old and crusty. Now, I love vintage horses, and I love these ornaments, but they definitely needed a little bit of sprucing up. So the first thing I did was just remove the hair, and I also wanted to tape off any areas that I didn't want to get paint on. So I'm using my washi tape just to cover up the string. Now to get them prepped, I'm using this gesso. Now gesso is a medium that you paint over the tops of canvases before you actually start painting your actual painting. But for gesso for this project, I just needed it to cover up everything, all the mess, all the different colors. So after about 3 coats of gesso, I was ready to go in with the actual paint colors. Now they're not going to be a massive, drastic change, but I do think they end up looking a lot better in the end. Now I wanted to try this paint that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I've only used it once before, and it looks really fancy. And yes, I am going to be painting the white horse white again. I know, again, not a drastic change, but I really just like the idea of having a white horse. And like I said, gesso is not the final paint color. You do need to paint over it with whatever paint you're actually using. Now this paint from Hobby Lobby, it is Hobby Lobby's brand, and it is not expensive at all. I think it was about $7 for all those paint colors, but I wanted to give it a try because I'm always so used to my Americana paint. And after painting on it for quite some time, I realized that I hate it. I really, really do not like this paint. About this time, whenever I was painting the rocking part of the horse, this green color, I remembered how much I disliked it the first time I painted it. It's sticky, it's gooey, it does not cover well, it leaves streaks that dry different, thicknesses. I am not a fan. Even though I absolutely love Hobby Lobby, I personally just do not like this at all. So I was trying to give it a chance and going over it and over it, but after some time I realized I'm going to have to do this again. And I was making a mess of the horse. There was smears of green on its leg, on its booty. It was everywhere, and it was not looking good. So after struggling with it a bit, I decided I'm going to tape off the legs and redo this whole thing. So bringing back in my beloved Americana craft paint, I painted over it. And I'm using actually holly green. It's the perfect Christmas color for any craft. Now don't worry, the paint is not going to go to waste. I have a niece who absolutely loves to paint, and she will use it for anything, and it will not bother her one bit. So I finally got the rocking part looking pretty good. After a couple coats of the green paint, I really like it. And again, I'm absolutely loving the washi tape. The washi tape is a lifesaver, so definitely use any type of painter's tape so that you don't have a headache later. The first little detail is the little hooves. I'm just keeping those black as well as the original. And for inspiration, I looked up different images of vintage horses. I didn't want to just do the same thing. And I noticed that some of them on these little ridges on the legs, they had some gold accents. So I added that as well with my Posca paint pen. And I really liked how it looked. They kind of remind me of bangles, like she's wearing bracelets or something. So after finishing those little details, I thought it was looking pretty nice, and I wanted to do some additional things on the rocker. There's going to be some heart elements added later with a cute little detail I'm going to make. So I wanted to have hearts as well on the rocking part, and I also did some little holly leaves. Now these are really traditional looking. I've seen similar designs on the horses before, but I didn't want to stray too far from the original with this one. The other one I get a little bit more creative with and totally change it up. So after finishing up the little designs on this side, I ended up doing the same exact thing on the other side of the rocking horse. And now it is time to tackle the face. I wanted to give the inside of the ears a cute little pink color, and I debated on painting with a regular paintbrush or using Posca paint pens, but I thought for this one the paint pens would just be easier because I'm doing a lot of tiny little details. Like the reins, for example, I'm going all around the chin and the nose and down the sides of the face. Now this was the little problem area, the eyeballs. After doing one of the little dots, I realized that they were crooked, so I had to paint over the one on the left all over again just to rearrange it, and guess what? It's still a little bit crooked, but oh well, I think it looked better than the first one. Sometimes you just have to have trial and error. I gave it a little tiny smile, and I don't know if there's actually nostrils on them usually, but I gave him nostrils because it looked a little funny without it, and there's his little face. This is the part I added some different 3D elements. I wanted to give him a saddle that was actually made out of material, so I used felt for this part. I really love doing the saddle portion. This was my favorite part of this whole project. I gave it a little curved edge, and I wanted some sparkle, so using my glitter glue, I went around the outside. And when you use glitter glue, it does get a little bit chunky here and there, so you can use a paintbrush to smooth out any of those little globs. And after a few hours, it dries completely flat, so it's a great way to add sparkle, and it's easy to control the glitter without it going absolutely everywhere. Now, if you sew, turn away right now. Do not look, because I am not someone who sews, and I had to speed this part up because I don't know what I'm doing. I know it's a button, and you think, oh, it's so easy, it's a button. But when you don't sew and you just do not enjoy sewing, it's a struggle for some reason for me. I don't enjoy it. And so this was probably 5 minutes of footage trying to sew on one singular button. And I didn't even do it right. But I finally got it on there good enough because this is just going to be for me. I'm not going to sell this at any craft show. And it was secure enough for my liking. After getting the tiny little button on, I added another one on the other side, and I wanted to add a little green to really make it Christmassy with the red and green colors. I did the same thing also with a little bit of gold glitter glue around the outside of the green, and it is a super cute little saddle. Here is the finished product, and I think it looks great once I finally get it attached to the horse itself. Now here comes me cleaning up the hair that I removed earlier. These pipe cleaners were crusty and it looked bloody and it was kind of gross. Sometimes it was even yellowing from the glue that used to be on it. So I just had to give these a good trim up, and now I'm attaching the actual saddle. So I just used a needle to pull through the hanger that was originally on the horse. And it was a little tough at first, but it finally did slide through all the felt, and I just hot glued it into place. I really liked the 3D element that I added. The next horse I used just all paint, but this one was super cute. Just hot gluing the last few finishing touches, the hair again on its tail and also his mane. And I really like how this turned out. It is super cute. It is super fun. I have had this idea for a really long time, so I'm glad I finally was able to finish it. Now, just as a reminder, here was the before with the splattered paint and kind of a messy paint job, and here is the after. I just think it's adorable. I know I've said that a lot, but I do. I think it's really, really cute. I'm definitely going to hang it on my Christmas tree this year, and I'm looking forward to having it for years to come. Now for the second horse, I was inspired by this horse right here. This is called a Dala horse, and a Dala horse is from Sweden, and throughout the years it's kind of become like Sweden's national symbol. And Dala horses were originally hand-carved wooden toys, but they became really popular during the World's Fair. It kind of just blew up into this symbol of Sweden. And I found the larger Dala horse at a antique mall one day. In the same day, I stopped at a yard sale and found this baby Dala horse. So I thought, it is meant to be. I have to buy both of these Dala horses. I've also done Dala horse art with some of my kids at school whenever we do projects that involve different cultures. So that Dala horse was actually the whole reason behind the inspiration of customizing these horses. I decided to do a deep midnight blue color for the rocking part of this horse, and after getting it all painted up, I just taped off all the areas so that I wouldn't get any paint on the rocking horse part. And you guessed it, the color I'm going to choose is red. The same thing it already was, but I wanted to keep it really traditional. Dala horses are traditionally red. They do come in other colors, but again, I like the red color. Red's actually my favorite color. So after painting everything 2 or 3 times and taking off all the tape, it was time to start adding some of the details. Now, dollar horses are inspired by plants and flowers from nature. That's why you see a lot of natural curves and some, decorations that look like petals and things like that. Now, this horse naturally has a saddle already carved into it, and unfortunately, I'm not going to take that away, but I'm just going to paint over it like it's not even there. So, kind of gaining inspiration from both of them, I did a little curved saddle and just started with the base coat of white, and I'm definitely going to add a lot of details to this. Now, just so you know, at the very end of this video, I don't quite get the best image of the after version for this one, so the finished final version, because there were tornado sirens going off like everywhere around me whenever I was painting the very final steps to this project. So I didn't get the best image, but I had to make sure I was safe, and thankfully everything was fine around where I live, but just a few miles north there was definitely a tornado that went through and unfortunately damaged a lot of homes. The next step I'm going to be doing is the reins, just like I did on the next one, but gaining inspiration from this dollar horse. There's a lot more detail on these than the previous horse. So I definitely liked having this image here as a reference, the actual dollar horse to the side. The only thing I'm not able to mimic is the hair on the horse. It's actually painted on, and on my horse, it is going to be glued on with the pipe cleaner. Now, the little white lines on the dollar horse's face, I couldn't quite figure out what those were, and then I realized that they were supposed to be the eyes. Now, the tiny dollar horse has little black lines that represent the eyes, so I'm going to do that just so there's a difference between the reins, the white color of the reins, and the black part of the eye. And I actually think they turned out pretty good. I was a little worried that it would look kind of weird, but I actually like it. It does match this dollar horse pretty well. After finishing up some facial details, I just went in with my green paint pen and started doing some outlining and also adding a few more details with my red paint pen, some little polka dots. And I'm not always the biggest fan of polka dots, but I thought that was the best shape to do. And in the end, I thought the polka dots ended up looking just fine. On the top of the saddle, I wanted to add some little details that mimicked flower petals or little leaves, and I did the deep midnight blue to tie that color back into the piece as well, and I did some red, and I also added some green at the end as some little leaves or petals. This part was not really too difficult. I used a tiny brush just to make them nice and long and pointy. I was trying to also copy the little dollar horse as well. I find that I was more inspired by that one than the large one, but I did enjoy having both of those just to look at as a reference. I kept the detail on the rocking horse part very simple, just a little dot with some little petals or leaves on the sides. And we are nearing the end of this project. The last couple details is just gluing the pipe cleaners back on for the mane and also the tail. Thank you if you have watched this whole video and you've stuck around to the end, because this is a little different than what I normally do, but I really enjoy customizing things and changing them up and giving them new life. So again, this is the before with the almost broken leg and also just not really the neatest paint job and the crusty looking hair. And then the very last, the final image is this little dollar horse right here. I think it looks so much better and it's just unique, it's different, and I'm really glad that I'm going to be including this one as well on my Christmas tree this coming holiday season. Here are both horses together, all shiny and new. I am so glad that I gave these horses new life, and they're going to be a great addition to my Christmas tree. If you love crafting and Christmas all year long, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.